What's up, guys? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. I have Bitcoin up on the screen here and some pretty exciting stuff, guys. Bitcoin breaking off into new all-time highs. It looked like at its best just shy of $112,000, $111,903. And so I have been screaming for a while, guys, to be careful here. Look out for an ABC. For months now, we have been talking about this since we've been down here. I said, guys, we're looking for 5 waves to get us up back near that last all-time high, followed by an ABC. Well, here's the blueprint. Look no further than Bitcoin 2021 to 2024, right? This is a weekly, or no, I have it on the daily now. Okay. So you see it's 5 moves up to the top, right? We just barely exceeded the all-time high there. Boom, what followed? An ABC back down on top of the 3rd wave. So we'll dive into this in a second, but what that would look like here is, let's draw these fibs on here too so we can keep it a little bit uniform. Get this adjusted slightly, but you see right? We had one high here and then one more new high. High here, dip, one more new high, right? Structurally, these look very similar. And this is just one example. There's so many examples of stuff getting back up near its all-time high. A lot of times just a little shy, which is what I was banking on here. We got a little bit more, but I'm leaning more and more towards this being a rotation and this ABC actually going into the alts and alts playing a little bit of catch up here. So I'll talk about that in a different video. Right now, let's focus on Bitcoin. So you see we got up there and we ABC'd down to the 618 on top of the 3rd wave. Okay. So if this were to do something similar, 618 top of the 3rd wave is right down here, 96K. Okay. And that would be a little bit of a smack, guys, but where the Bitcoin dominance is at right now, I think the Bitcoin dominance is about to take a hit, which would mean that if this is going down, either alts are going down at a slower pace, which never happens, or we're getting a rotational play at the top here into alts. And I think that might be what's happening. So right now, Bitcoin, again, we're getting real close. But before I flip over to the shorter time frame, I just wanted you guys to see how this happens, right? There's a giant ABC. You could even count out 5 waves here if you wanted. Either way, big corrective move once we got back up towards that all-time high, right? So either an ABC, 5 waves, however you want to look at it, a corrective move that brought us back down on top of the 3rd wave, right? Which also coincided with this right here, okay? It was an ABC, back test, boom, drop out. Look over here. Here, I'll write these out for you while we're talking about it. Right here, a little ABC, back up to the 618, boom, fell off. Look right here. Where are we at? A little ABC up to the 702, but up to the, into that 3rd wave there. ABC up into that 3rd wave, and that was at the 618. So from a technically, from a structure perspective, the 618 right there at 96K looks pretty good as a back test level. I'm not willing to say like right now, oh, this is the top, let's go. Like, I know we're close though, right? So this is what we're looking at here. And then this thing does end up going off into new highs, right? And this is where we are right now. So you see a 5 wave move here. That's what I think is coming next for Bitcoin after a little bit of consolidation. 5 wave move into new highs. So we'll dig into that in a different video, but I wanted to show you for months now, this has been the blueprint, and now it's starting to pan out and we're at that danger level. So I just don't want you to get sucked into Bitcoin at this point. Right now, my theory is I think that the alts are going to take some of this away, just from, some stuff I've been looking at this morning. And again, I'll get into it probably in a video tomorrow once I have a better feel and I'm more confident in my current theory. Then I'll give it to you guys. But I'm pretty confident in this. When that comes, it should be soon. Let's flip over here. You see there's 5 waves in the first blue wave here, 5 waves in the 3rd blue wave. And right now, this is where it gets a little tricky with this count. And I want to keep it on the daily chart. But it was this move, right, where we broke out of the triangle we had been talking about last week. We broke out and then came to back test. So technically it looks like this was and this is all in the daily time frame, a 1, a 2, a 3. The 4 came all the way back down here, and right now we're in a 5th. Okay, and where that stops, there's a couple different ways we can try to figure that out. First thing I'm going to do is I want to look at the macro wave here, this blue 3rd to blue 4th. Oh man, look at that. We're getting real close right there at like 112, 430. That's going to be a huge area of interest for me. And that's not that far away right now, right? Let me get rid of this guy. Where are we at? That is only 1%. So third to fourth wave. And again, we're doing it on the macro, right? On this blue. So higher time frame count. Another way we can look at it to see if there's any confluence with that level is let's take a look at this shorter time frame range. This blue, this green micro count first to second wave, which first wave, it looks like it's probably like that. Do we see any confluence? Kind of up near the 2618, but not really on that range. I'm going to stick with this little cluster here, the third to fourth. Full extension right up there around 112, and it gets us close. So again, this is the daily. Let's go down to the 4 hour, and this is where this stuff just starts to get a little convoluted and you can miss counts, right? And that's why typically I only do stuff on the daily, especially when I'm actually trading. But for you guys here, we'll, it's a teaching opportunity. So a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're getting real micro. Keep up with me here. We're getting real micro on these counts. 1, 2. That didn't make a new high. This looks like more of an ABC. Go over here. This third wave. A, B, seed. Right, this we'd have to break it down to an even smaller time frame, but it looks like the fourth wave. And then right now for Bitcoin, 1, 2, this is where it gets hard right in here, guys. Oh shit, that's wrong. No. 1, 2, I'm gonna start that count over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's really impulsive right now. Okay, so my gut's saying like 1, 2, 3, 4, and right now we're working on the fifth. And like, there's a chance that we put it in, but guys, I mean, I just think this is really close, right? So then all those black counts that I just did, yeah, it's tricky. Again, we're getting pretty granular here, so I'm going to stay zoomed out, but I definitely think there's a chance that 112, 400 level happens, right? We're not that far away from it right now, but guys, I say all that to say this. We're at a huge area of interest here, so I'd be super careful with Bitcoin. I think we're seeing a rollover here soon. And again, tomorrow probably I'll put out a comprehensive video with the alts and talk about how I think maybe we're in a rotational moment. So that's all I got for you right now, guys. If you could do me a favor, if you could follow, like, repost. I've been doing TA a long time, and I just want to help as many of you guys as I can. So I hope your Thursday is off to a hot start, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit.